Hello, everybody, and welcome to this monthly May prediction. So we're going to use the astrology and tarot for the 12 zodiac signs. And just before that, we're going to have a very brief introduction, go through the main energy, the important dates of the month of May, and then we're going to dive into the 12 zodiac signs with your predictions for your sign. So you do check out your sun sign, your rising sign. They're going to be both very relatable, and then your moon sign, you can also look to it. Sophie, so I think I'm excited for May.
Yes.
Yes, because I think we went through it for the first months of the year, to be honest. Eclipses, retrogrades, lots of reviewing, lots of pause, lots of important things. But in the month of May, first of all, I think there's going to be lots of change. So this is not going to be your traditional Taurus season. So we're going to be in Taurus season and then in Gemini season after the 20th of May. Taurus is usually about stability, routine, enjoying life, looking for security. But now Uranus is going to be fully activated throughout the month of May. We're going to have a Sun-Uranus conjunction, and then we're going to have 2 lunation, full moon, new moon, emphasizing this Uranus. So it's going to be a lot about change for all of us. And the other thing that I want to say about the month of May is that Saturn will be changing sign for the next 3 years. So that's going to be probably the main event. So we're going to be looking at that for your sign. And it's going to enter the sign of Aries, which is the sign of fall of Saturn. So it's not going to be an easy energy, meaning that we're all going to be a little bit conflicting with new and old, and deciding what we are throwing in the bin and what do we want to keep for the future. So basically, in a nutshell. So I can't wait to ask you about the general energies for the cards, and how are you feeling so far for the month of May before we dive into the cards?
Optimistic about that month for sure. Yeah, I think that I'm ready to leave behind a lot of things. And I have been feeling like I was recharging a lot and clearing a lot. So I think I'm ready to welcome new things. Let me know if you're feeling the same.
Yeah, hopefully we're all feeling the same. And I feel like this was the process of most of the retrogrades, is to end cycles, loops, what's the expression? Tying loose ends.
Mhm.
So yeah, and talking about that, we are also renewing ourselves with the big rebirth of spring. So we changed a little bit of our branding on our YouTube channel and also on the Rumble channel. So do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We really appreciate you guys, and do make sure you like this video, of course, if you do appreciate this type of content. It's a lot of work for this, but we do appreciate, because I know a lot of you like those monthly predictions, and we as well. So let's start with the important dates of the month of May. So this is from my astro calendar. So basically, I think the month of May will be the first part. You see, there's a lot of lightning bolts. So a lot of changes are happening here. And especially because we have a full moon in Scorpio on the 12th. And then 2 weeks later, we have a new moon, a beautiful new moon in Gemini on the 26th. But while we have, let's say, the first part, there is Uranus that is very much involved. And Uranus is going to play a role of changing our stability, challenging us into the unknown, basically. And then you can see there's a lot of stars here. So I think the second part of the month will be beautiful energies. So, and we have our first planet of 2025. And before May 4th, we had all the planets moving direct, and then we're going to have Pluto moving retrograde on the 4th. But this is no big deal, because it doesn't affect us as much as the personal planets, the planets that are closer to us. But still, we are beginning the bigger planets being retrograde. So that being said, and to help us really move with the ebb and flows of the universe, and this is the goal with this episode, to really allow you to get the keys of how to move in with the universe and to reap the rewards. We are going to have a new moon in Taurus activation this Friday April 25th. So this is going to be a difficult full moon. I always say full moon, but I mean new moon. Because usually Taurus, as I said, is about stability, and this new moon is shaking up the stability. It's making a T-square with Pluto and Mars. So we're going to have to make decisions, decide where we want to commit our energy. And the best way to know about it is to tune into your own inner guidance, tune into the messages of your guide, to your higher self. And this is exactly what we're going to do here during this live activation, where we're going to navigate change and transformation in the best way possible to reap the rewards later on, because Taurus is all about material abundance, security, pleasure of life. So if you'd like to join us, it would be awesome for you to be there. The link is down below to register. Yeah, this is going to be an amazing time with Elena. So join us there. All right. So Sophie, can we pull cards to see what are the general energies of the month of May? What are you picking up for this community, let's say?
Mm-hmm. We have the card of no. It says wait, postpone, pause, and say no. I think you're going to know what you want. I think you're going to know where you want to go, and you're going to close the door on what is no longer aligned with you. And that is very powerful, because that means that no energy leak is going to continue. No more of the wrong investment of your time, your money, your love, your whatever, your any resources. So it's a very difficult lesson to learn. So the fact that we have it in the month of May, I think it's very much decisive. We are more clear about the path we're taking on. We're more clear about our self-worth. We have more self-love also. I split the deck in two. We have the 9 of Cups, which is basically the genie in the bottle energy, saying that you want to have something, you can. So the card of no with this means that you are clear about what is for you, and you are removing the distraction around you to be able to go to that place with as much energy and as much resources as you can.
And I think it connects very well also to the new moon in Taurus that is going to be right before the month of May, and to get the guidance that we need in order to see, like, where do we want to invest our energy, our time, and to get away from maybe distractions that we used to use in order to fill out a void maybe. And now in May, it's time to put the change
Yeah.
with those realizations. Wow. And Taurus is also about preservation and to like making the right investments of your energy, of your time, and of your money. It doesn't like to spend, let's say, blindly. It likes to really make sure that any kind of investment of time, of energy, of money is going to build something for the long term, right?
And I feel like the last thing I wanted to say about this card is we're saying no to challenges, and we're saying no to karmic partners.
Yeah, we left that in the Pisces energy with the Saturn conjunction that we have with the North Node. So we're all leaving that behind, because Saturn is now changing signs into Aries. So we're leaving the past karma behind, and we're ready to step into freshness in the month of May. So wow, it's all about discerning, making choices, it seems. I love that. And right before we go into the 12 signs, I'm going to announce the winner for the community member who's celebrating their birthday during the month of May. So if you'd like to also participate, each month we're having a giveaway, a draw to win a consultation with the beautiful Sophie, this amazing oracle. So if you are the winner of this week's giveaway, you can choose between the 1-hour tarot reading and the 1-hour past lives reading with Sophie. And if you are not the winner and you'd like to book your own consultations, you can do it with the code Jupiter, and it's going to make you save 10% off. And you'll see, like, it's an hour where you can ask lots of personal questions. Sophie is really good with rapid fire. She's really good with giving guidance, making sure that you're choosing the best way forward for yourself. So our winner is the beautiful celestial Emma from the community. So congratulations, Emma. She's saying, hi, Julie and Sophie. My solar return is May 4th. She's a Taurus sun, Leo rising and moon. Wow. And she says, this year I'm manifesting prosperity for all and making a lifestyle shift for my family. All right. And looking forward to endings and new beginnings with a personal year 9 and collective year 9. So yes, wow, you're in a lot of 9 energy this year. I love it. So hopefully Sophie will help you into getting the best guidance for this endings and beginnings. Wow, thank you so much and congratulations to you. All right. Are we ready to go, Sophie?
We are.
We are. Let me just adjust my stuff here so we are ready. Okay, so I think we are ready. Let's start with Aries, sun, moon, or rising. So first of all, Aries, on May 17, we're going to have a conjunction between the sun and Uranus in Taurus in your second house, but also we're going to have a full moon activating Uranus, and we're going to have a new moon also activating Uranus, so the planet of change. So for you, Aries, Uranus, this change theme is going to really activate your second house of resources and energy and money and investments and values. So you will see changes in your self-value also because Venus, the ruler of Taurus, is in your sign. It's in Aries. So you will see that it's going to be very much emphasize what is valuable to you. And you're going to also be able to put yourself first. So you're going to, let's say, be ready to hold more of your own self-value, self-esteem. And also that will lead to changes in the way that you want to make money. So the second house is also about how do you create revenue for yourself. So it's a good time to start any project now that will bring you more material security, but of course that are aligned with really what you want to manifest in your life. So we will see shifts in your resource management. How do you view money, your connection to money? How do you manage it? How do you plan? How do you budget? And there will be a rebalancing of giving and receiving through unexpected shifts that might come during the month of May. So also we can see changes in your diet, which is also the second house, and self-care routine. So anything you value that allows you to prosper even more, you're going to be seeing changes in that stability, security. And the other thing I want to talk about is Saturn changing sign, which is going to be a big, big deal during the month of May. And Saturn is entering your sign, Aries. So this is going to activate your first house of the self, of your appearance for the next 3 years. Yeah, so that's going to happen on May 24th, but it's going to, of course, affect you for a while. So in the next coming weeks, you're going to really start feeling a change in the energy and Saturn moving into your sign. So you're going to be tasked by the universe to become more self-disciplined, to have a better physical exercise discipline, to be regular and committed about the things that are important for you. And because it's in your sign and it rules the physical body, it's a lot going to be about your own strength, your own physical vessel, making sure that you are at the peak of this physical connection, because we know that as an Aries, this is really important for your own alignment. Also, a lot of Aries could be becoming their own boss, starting with the month of May, but not necessarily just during the month of May, but the upcoming ones too. But you're going to feel a shift that you want to become more of your own inner authority. You want to also be your own boss. You also might become more of an authority figures for other people. And you will be tasked by Saturn to be committing to yourself and to your long-term plans. And this is really important because Saturn can really be working to your highest good if you really use it in order to push all of your resources in the same direction as your own goals. So really make sure that you know what you want to achieve, and try to take everything that you have and make it consistent. With Saturn, you need consistency to repeat things, to be disciplined, to be working hard, yes, but working smart too. Also, Saturn will help you into getting better boundaries. And with Saturn, there's always this test element coming for all of us. So for you, you will be committed in terms of commitment to self and what's really important to you. And some you might be like tempted to go astray a little bit and to invest your time, energy into things that are not really for your highest good. But Saturn is going to bring him back on this on this path. So you're going to be tested in terms of commitment. You're going to have to work harder, especially on yourself, on your personal goals, which is also the first house. Play by the rules, Aries, because Saturn is a planet that really like to respect authority, respect the rules. And also your relationship to your father might become more pivotal into your field of awareness, or your relationship to the divine masculine. Also, there is kind of this idea of inner conflict because Saturn is in a fall position. It's not in a good position in the sign of Aries. So you'll have this like inner conflict between change and stability. So really try to discern what is here to serve your highest purpose, what is here, what is good for you to keep, because we're not, like the expression, throwing the baby out with the bathwater. We're not throwing everything away. We're keeping certain things and we're changing other things, but has to be this balance between both. So Sophie, let's look at the cards for the month of May for our beautiful Aries.
Okay, let's see your card. We have Starseed, what lights you up? So I think it's very much about, like you said, Julie, yourself. What is your purpose? Where do you want to go in life? What do you want to do? It's a reminder that so far in your life, maybe you have been distracted by other needs or just life in general, and to really dive deeper into your soul purpose and to dive deeper into what you're trying to achieve in this life for yourself. So I think that with what lights you up, it's going to be a big moment for you to realize what are your passions, what are you wanting to do with maybe your career, if you're becoming your own boss, like Julie said, if you're starting a business, if you still like your job, if your hobbies are aligned with you. So where have you forgotten who you are? Where do you need to go back with your authenticity and who you are truly? Let's see with tarot. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which is your authenticity, your independence, starting your own business, being your own boss, being a consultant. So just more independence, just spending more time alone also during this month. It doesn't mean that you're going to be single if you're looking for love. It doesn't mean that you're going to not have friends. It just means that you need to go back to your root and just go back to who you are to the core. And very intriguing because we have the 7 of Swords that is next. And I think that you have played many roles for different people in your life. And probably you have lost track of who you are inside truly. And it's a moment to reconnect with this and to honor it even more for the next chapter of your life.
Wow, I love that. And it's so in line with the astrology. It's crazy. And last thing I wanted to add for Aries too is that usually Aries energy is about like a sprinter in a race, and Saturn is more about the marathon runner. So I feel like whatever you try to set your focus on, you will need to become more of a marathon runner, Aries. So you will need to have more patience, more stamina, more discipline to be able to not spend all of your energy in the first days of that new transit, but rather like preserve it by spending a little bit of your energy every day into getting to your goal. So that's what I was channeling. But thank you so much, Sophie. Let us know if you resonate with the energy down below, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let's go to our next one, which is Taurus. So first of all, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, of course, a very, very happy solar return if you are a Taurus Sun and celebrating your birthday, aka your solar return during the month of May. You guys are wonderful. You guys have such like a beautiful, soft energy to you, but also a fierce one. So I love Taurus. I think there is this beautiful, let's say, not dichotomy, but blend of energies. Yes. Okay, so let's start Taurus, first of all, by talking about Uranus. That will be very, very emphasized during the month of May. So we're going to have a Sun-Uranus conjunction in your first house, in your house of Taurus. So it's been a while. It's been a few years since you had Uranus in your sign, asking you to change the status quo, to, let's say, move towards more innovative changes, solutions, change up your sense of security. So Uranus has been disrupting lots in your life if you have some, let's say, Sun, Moon, or Rising in Taurus. And it's no different in the month of May. It's going to be reactivated with the Sun, meaning Uranus, but also the new moon and the full moon that we're going to have that are both going to activate that. And for you, it's going to activate your sign, so your first house. So there is going to be in the month of May important changes in your personal direction. And not necessarily that you're going to take action on everything, but it's going to become more clear for you. What do you want to change in your life? And what is this false sense of security that I was holding on to that is preventing me from exploring new options in my life, right? So there's going to be important changes in your personal direction in life in general. Your personal projects might be either changing, or you decide to go in a different direction, or you decide to take action on those. And with Uranus, it might be an energy that comes in a very unexpected kind of way. And you're like, oh, something comes out from left field. And you're like, oh, okay, suddenly I want to pursue this, right? It can also be around relationships or relationship dynamics that you want to change it up, change the energy, change the momentum, change partners maybe. So you might have some like downloads or clarity about what change, and there is going to be change for all Tauruses. That is talking to my soul right now. Also, there could be changes in your appearance because it's your first house, especially if you are a Taurus rising. And I feel like Tauruses became more rebellious in the past year, although like Taurus is not usually traditionally associated with being rebellious. But with Uranus in your sign, it's making you question status quo even more. So during the month of May, I feel like you're going to feel more rebellious. You're going to want to do things differently. You're going to have a different approach to life. Maybe you're going to take more risks. You're going to want to be maybe less calculated, less attached to the sense of security. And you're going to get downloads, synchronicities about your future. So really stay tuned, be open to that. You're going to get messages for sure. And Venus is in your planet is in your 12th house after spending a long time in your 11th house. So you're going to be recuperating, recharging, spending more time alone, and getting rid of things, of energies that no longer holds, maybe some possessions you no longer need, clothes, makeup, decor, because it's Venus also. You're going to be removing unnecessary layers to get closer to your true self. And then Saturn enters Aries, so that's a big deal for everybody. And for you, Taurus, Saturn will enter your 12th house for the next 3 years. So it's going to have a very spiritual, karmic influence for Tauruses. And it's kind of endings also of past structures, past public status, past long-term goals in terms of professional, of career. So you might be dissolving a lot of what you've built before and preparing to create new stuff. And this 12th house is kind of an incubator, is that the word? Yeah. In order to create new things. So the 12th house is more like, let me get back my energy and stay in this cocoon of creation, rest more, be more alone, be in nature in order to download what's the next phase? What am I creating for my future? So you will see lots of karmic results and rewards from the past years with Saturn in the 12th house. So a lot of what is going to be happening in your life is a result of the actions that you took in the past years. You're going to be letting go of some traditions and structures in your life. There's a lot of healing also, especially in relationship to a father figure or the divine masculine in general. So just allow the structures in your life to transform. You're going to be also able to allow rigid habits to dissolve, reevaluate a lot. A lot of Tauruses could change career, could change work project, could change workplaces, even bosses, which is also Saturn. And you're going to be letting go of the need to work too much. And you're going to need to rest more and detach from society's expectations. So the conflict that you're going to feel, because we all are going to be working with like opposite forces with that Saturn in Aries, are going to be between your boundaries and the need to be in service to the world. So you're going to feel like you need to be even more out there with your life mission, but also you need to really keep some healthy boundaries for yourself. All right, Sophie, let's dive into the cards for May.
Okay, let's see what we have. We have Inner Temple Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart.
It's
You're
crazy.
saying that?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see with the tarot what we have. Oh, we have the Two of Cups. Oh my God. And we have the World. I think you're going to feel like a magnet to the right opportunities, the right things for you. We know that Tauruses are not the best with changes, and it is talking about change, but it is talking about change from the perspective of following your heart, following what is aligned with you, the frequency. Not so much a logic, because you're not warrior to want to have big changes. You like possibly more the stability and the routine and such, the comfort, but the comfort and the security and the happiness are now in the change. So you're going to have to grab your opportunity, because this is where you're going to find the same things that you need truly. So your security, your happiness, and everything. That could be in the shape of a person, a partner, a business partner, a friend. It could be a community. That could be also a romantic partner. But whatever it is, it says that your heart is going to open up. Your heart is going to expand, and you're going to operate from that space and not so much from the mind. Every time that you're fearful of any changes during the month of May, concentrate on your heart and listen to frequency music for heart chakra, because this is where you're going to know that those changes are for you.
Wow, beautiful message for our beautiful Tauruses. So let us know in the comments down below if you do resonate with the energies, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, our next one is going to be Gemini. So for Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. So first of all, if you are celebrating your solar return, your birthday, during the month of May, a very, very happy solar return to you, beautiful Gemini. You bring our life with so many information, communication, your friendships are amazing, and you inspire us all to keep being a student of life. So let's look about what the month of May holds for you. First of all, there's going to be a big emphasis on change during the month of May for everybody. But for you, Gemini, it's going to be focused even more in your 12th house, because this is where you have Uranus, which is going to be really emphasized at mid-May, where the sun moves into in conjunction with Uranus, but also we got full moon and new moon that both will activate Uranus in your 12th house. So unexpected changes for sure. And with the 12th house, it has a more like karmic frequency to it for you, Gemini. So letting go of a lot, because it's from the 12th house. So there could be unexpected events, change, information that are telling you that you need to let go of some things. So changes for sure. in letting go of some forms of security because it's in the sign of Taurus. So maybe you were holding on to some kind of sense of security. That could be many forms, like a job, a relationship, a place of living, material in general. And now you have to let go of it because it's blocking your freedom and your growth. And there could be also prophetic dreams about your future. And I'm sure that a lot of Gemini watching this video will have very, very significant dreams. So be aware of that. Really stay tuned to the messages about them. They will kind of prepare your mind, your body, and your spirit for those changes coming. So in your dreams, you will kind of first see like the first seeds of what's going to change for you. And it's time to shift the energy in the month of May for you, Gemini. Shift the energy. If you feel like you're in a rut or you're stuck in some kind of way, really try to change it up by doing something different. It's going to help you a lot. Also, there's going to be lots of unconscious beliefs coming to light because the 12th house is everything that was hidden, and they will suddenly come into your field of awareness for healing and for detachment. So welcome them, because if they show up, it means that you've outgrown them and it's time for you to let them go. And there could also be more stress and anxiety than usual because Uranus is like a planet that's like buzzing and it's in the 12th house, so you're unconscious. So some root causes are becoming known and you can start addressing them for that stress or that anxiety. So you're going to have like pieces of the puzzle of where to look for your healing. And then we're going to talk about Saturn entering Aries. And for you, Gemini, it's going to activate your 11th house for the next 3 years. So that's a really big deal. I feel like you're going to like that because the 11th house is like a very social house and you guys are very social in nature. But it's going to also bring more, let's say, isolation because Saturn is kind of a make or break planet. So it doesn't like to have like lots of friends. And the 11th house is also about your friend circles, your communities, your online communities, your networks, your social media. So Saturn, and especially when it enters May and the upcoming weeks and months, you're going to feel like you need to simplify. So simplify your friend circle, simplify the many groups you might be a part of. It's kind of this make or break energy where you have to choose quality rather than quantity, okay? And you're going to see who your true friends are with this Saturn entering your 11th house. So maybe if you have followers, if you have fans of friends or groups, they might lower in terms of number, but it's for you to get aligned with people that are going to be at your side for, let's say, your highest purpose and the highest frequency that you want to express. So you might start feeling at the beginning because you're going to feel a shift, especially, and it's going to happen as of May 24th, so the end of May. You might feel less social than usual, and you're going to be more about quality connections than quantity. So it's going to push you to rethink your social media, also about quality rather than quantity. You might also, if you work with social media, and most of us do because it's like a window to the world, and you're going to be forced to really rethink your strategy about that. Maybe post less often, but do more, let's say, quality posts, something like that. Maybe lower the numbers of people you follow, all of that stuff. So you might be less active in social media and working harder with a strategy, a well-put strategy. But the good sides of Saturn is that if you work hard at whatever the lesson is for you, and for you, it's going to align with people, with more like-minded people that are going to bring quality into your life. You might also become a reference in your field and get even more public recognition, which is going to, especially at the end of the 3-year period, is going to be the goal here. Also, a lot of Gemini, I feel if you're around this age, some could retire because the 11th house is the house after the career, the 10th house. So some could also change jobs and decide to explore something totally new. You could become a guide in your community. And since Saturn is going to be not in a really good position in Aries, it's in a fall position, there is this conflict that you will have to find like a balance between the need to belong to a group and fit in, and also the other force, which is going to be to express your unicity and to be really fully authentic. So you will have to work hard at finding a healthy balance between both, Gemini. So this is what I have. Let's look at the cards, Sophie, for the month of May.
Let's see what we have. So the card that we have is the card of no. So that's the card of the month. So I feel like you are going to embody the month of May even more than most of the signs. I think you're going to be very much redirected on the right path for you in this month. And if you missed the intro, what I said about this card is that you're going to close doors on what is energy leaks, what are not the right partners or right friends, like Julie said, simplify, and simply saying no to challenge, saying no to what is no longer aligned. And you're going to know it. I feel like there is the knowing that comes with the month of May, of you're going to have this feeling on something is meant for you or not. And the choice is, do we stay with habits? Do we stay with something that is known and comfortable? Comfortable because it's known, not comfortable because it's right? Or do we change it all for something that is new, but that is aligned? And I'm going to take 2 cards of tarot with this.
And I just add something because I just flashed. I should have said that in the intro, but no is connected to Saturn. Saying no to things is the energy of Saturn.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think like Saturn holds a really important place in the month of May. Well, and it's not about like being negative. No, in the sense that discerning, using our discernment to put healthy boundaries and to really pursue what is truly in alignment with your soul.
I think the word no is not negative at all. I think it's getting a bad press, just like anger is getting a bad press. I think saying no is very necessary. And in fact, I'm going to make a link that this is one of my symbol because of my Oracle deck that has this pyramid there. I use this card for recharge. So in fact, it's just being really mindful of your own energy. And it's very mindful of, am I getting in this dark cloud with lightning? Am I getting in a place where I know I'm going to go through drama? Or am I really going into something that may be a bit confronting because it's new, but it's going to be really aligned for me? And the fog, the 7 of cups. So I think you're going to have all of those options. And this is one of the biggest months for you where you're really in control of, like I said, am I choosing the same thing because, or am I going into the right direction with this? And we have the star. The star is the guidance for me. This is where you are going to, it's like your guides are saying, this is the right path, choose this one. And you're going to have to decide, am I following this? Keeping the faith that even though it's new or it's different from what I will do normally, that it's the right thing for me, or will I go back to what is comfortable but is outdated for me?
So a little bit of Saturn tests for you, Gemini. And also saying no might be like a big test because Gemini want to experience everything. And sometimes they can have this dispersed kind of energy because they want to do everything. They want to be a student of everything.
Yeah.
And curiosity is so beautiful and it's part of your greatest strengths. But like during the month of May is to really practice this discernment, saying no to some things. All right, so do make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and let us know down below if you resonate with the energies. And we're going to shift to our next sign, which is going to be Cancer. So for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. First of all, Cancer, there's going to be change in the air for all of the signs. But for you, Cancer, your change is going to be even more targeted in the 11th house, which is the house of social circle, big dreams, social media, acquaintances, all of that stuff. So your 11th house will be under lots of, let's say, change pressure because Uranus is there and is going to be activated with the Sun, Uranus conjunction, and the full moon and the new moon. So there might be changes in your plans. And I think for most Cancer, this is what is going to happen, because the 11th house is the house of like your big dreams, your future plans. Like, how do you visualize your next 5 to 10 years? So those are going to change, especially during the month of May. You're going to have a fresh new perspective on that, or what you want to achieve, maybe. And also, there could be changes in your friendships, in your networks, in your social circles, in your social activities. So Uranus is also at home in the 11th house. So I feel like it's not going to be so bad. I feel like maybe you're going to be tasked to bring new acquaintances or align with new people that are more Uranian in nature, that are more like the black sheep, or that are very social, or that are very connected to the things that you are interested to also. So there could be new people coming into your life too. There could be changes of social circles. So maybe you were going to this type of event before, and now you're changing to another type of event, and you meet this new crowd, right? And also make sure that the frequency of your circle, of the people surrounding you, align with your goals and your ambitions, because this is preparing the ground for Saturn to change sign. And Saturn will enter your 10th house of committing to a goal, an outside goal, to your career. So make sure that your people around you are the right environment and are bringing the right frequency for you to really chase what you need to chase. So as of May 24, at the end of May, Saturn is entering a new sign. It's entering Aries. And for you, Cancer, is going to be a very important transit. So it's going to be in your 10th house for the next 3 years. So the 10th house is about your life mission. It's about your public life, your career, your professional life. So if you are working, it's going to be probably one of the most important period in your career, in your professional life, in your life mission. And Saturn is about many things. So probably you're going to have to hold more responsibilities, work hard. And for a lot of you, it's going to set you in a position of becoming more of an authority, or even more of a leader in your field. So you're going to be guided to step up in some kind of way. For a lot of you, it might be also to implement a new business project, and have a promotion. You're going to be asked by the universe to up level in some kind of way. And I'm talking about work, but you can also transfer it to your life mission if you're retired. So you're going to have more responsibilities, because Saturn likes to keep us busy. So work hard, be consistent, have a discipline, have a routine, is really important when we are, especially Saturn in the 10th house that you're about to experience, and not burn the candle by both ends, because Saturn is a planet of preservation, of spending a little bit of energy every day in the direction of your long-term goals. So by doing this work in the next 3 years, starting at the end of May, you're going to be building new structures in your life that are going to be here to stay, hopefully. So that's the goal. So for some Cancers, you're going to have a bigger role. A lot of you could become entrepreneurs, because you're going to become your own boss. And some could be working with a father figure, a new boss, some kind of mentor-like figure. So you're probably going to have someone that's you can reach to as a coach, a boss, a mentor that's going to help you evolve in the best way possible. And we're all going to experience some kind of inner conflict with this Saturn, because it's in a fall position in the sign of Aries. And for you, Cancer, it's going to be between your inner authority and relying on outside authority. So you're going to be willing and naturally inclined to rely on outside authority, but also you have to really develop this inner authority. So really make sure that you are also up leveling and stepping into this, protecting yourself, holding this divine masculine energy for yourself too, to achieve balance. So Sophie, let's look at the cards for our beautiful Cancer.
Yes, let's see what we have. I have the card Unbound, and it says releasing soul patterns, contract, and the past lives. Okay, so a new version of you is going to show up. We have this full moon on top of it, so it is very much about this brand new version of you. Let's see what we have with this. We have the card of destiny, the 10th house. So that's very interesting that we have this. It's the Wheel of Fortune, and it talks how you have been preparing for this for a lifetime. You have been training your soul to achieve your soul purpose in this lifetime in particular. And it says that you have everything that you need to just achieve it. So either in your career, in your mission, or both. But we do have everything that you need. We have the Hermit. So at this point, if you think that there is something missing for you to achieve either your career or your soul mission, it says that it is not missing at all. You just need to look inward. The Hermit is all about introspection. It is all about inner guidance. And if you do need to reconnect with that part, it means that there's a red flag here. It means that there's probably people around you, either currently in your life or in your past, it could be very far in your past, that have told you that you don't have it and you have believed them. So here in the month of May, there is this unleashing of this potential through releasing of old patterns, releasing of limiting belief, and really seeing what you're capable of and achieving the next level. So deep transformation, but for sure, I would recommend that you work on guided meditation, on anything past life, to help you to let go of what is there if you're feeling block, and to really push your own limits in this month.
Wow, that really resonates. I know a few Cancers that are going through like big up leveling in their career. So let us know if that resonates, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to move to our next one. So Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So first, Leo, well, big month for you because Uranus, the planet of change and unexpected energy information, is going to be fully activated in your 10th house by a Sun conjunction and also by the full moon and the new moon. So throughout the month of May, it's screaming change for everybody. But for you, Leo, it's going to be more in your professional life, in your career, in your public life. So you might see changes in your professional life, in your professional projects, fast changes also. So also Uranus is about your audience, your fans. There might be changes along those lines, about your social media, the way you strategize about social media, the way you use them. And also Uranus is about technology. So you might need to adapt quickly to new technology, or to maybe you're like me and you're updated your website. Who knows? So big changes there. Also, as I said, like a new social media strategy would be a really good thing for the month of May if you do work with social media. And also you can have a new community, a new audience, more fans coming in. So there's something kind of an unexpected nature that comes your way in regards to the work that you're doing out there in your career. And there's kind of a sudden response, a different response by the people to whatever you're putting out into the world. And also something comes up in your public sphere that allows you to prepare for more expansion. And I'm saying that because Saturn, as of May 24th, moves into your 9th house of expansion. So you're preparing the ground with the changes in your career, in the structures that you've said before, in your professional life, in your life mission. And those are kind of being tweaked in order to prepare for the big shift, which is Saturn entering your 9th house. So Leo, I'm sure you're really happy to finally say bye-bye to Saturn in your 8th house, the 8th house of transformation. And now for the next 3 years, it's going to move through your 9th house of expansion. So first of all, it's connecting both Saturn and the 9th house are connected to legal affairs. So those could be moving forward even more. And you could see more of a return of karma that's even more perceptible. And especially when it enters, so May, June, and the first months. And although ninth house is about expansion, getting bigger, trying new things, traveling, dealing with more people, international people, all of that stuff. With Saturn there, it's more about like this prudent and slow expansion. So we're moving slowly but surely with Saturn throughout, like repetitive, constant work, routine, like a new structure that is built on really solid ground. So those structures that are built on solid ground will slowly evolve for the best and bear fruits. So you're gonna need to work harder, and maybe there is also international matters. Also, the ninth house deals with education, with teaching. So there is a need to put some work there in order to make something evolve slowly but surely. And also Saturn, especially at the end of the 3 years period, because we're going to be moving through hard work, discipline with the house it's in. But at the end of the transit, you could become a reference in spirituality, which is the ninth house, in teaching something. You could be viewed as an expert in your field. And also some could be working remotely because Saturn is a planet related to career. Ninth house is being abroad. And wherever Saturn moves, we're all going to feel like an inner conflict of some kind because it's moving in a fall position. It's not really happy in the sign of Aries. So for you, Leo, it's going to express itself as an inner conflict between new information coming in and your already established beliefs. So it's going to be more like of a psychological battle that's going on. And you're going to need to find like a healthy balance between both, like finding like a moral system and beliefs that really allow you to push forward, but at the same time, open up space to let new information and new ways, perspectives to really let you evolve in the best way possible. So let's look at the cards for Leos for the month of May.
Let's see what we have for Leos. We have the card of the Mirror. I'm just going to show you. This is the card. We have the Mirror says, who or what is triggering you? So I think that's probably Saturn leaving your 8th house. That is leaving you with this last thing to work on. So like Julie said, it is actually leaving, so don't worry about this. But I do believe that it's showing you with the Mirror card a little bit more before it leaves completely your 8th house. A little bit more on a true perspective that you have to continue either to work on or that you are going to have a clarity, a breakthrough about. And
it makes sense also, sorry, because the shift of Saturn is happening on the 24th, so at the very end of the month. So makes sense.
Okay, good. We have the Page of Swords. So I think you're going to probably, yes, be traveling, taking classes online. I think you're going to have a lot of communication that are going to be significant this month that is going to be online. For those of you who work online or that work a lot with internet or anything. Yeah, that's the same online or yeah. I don't know why I said that, but Six of Cups is the next card. I think that for those of you who are going to work online, it's going to be easy, like you said, to work abroad. And I think you're going to have an easier way to access information, to absorb it, to comprehend it. You could be also going to places that you hold dear to your heart. So in that month, you can be going back to places that have a significance for you back in the days. You could be going back to old passion, old topic that you liked, or to revisit in therapy or in past life therapy or anything energetic. What triggered you from your childhood? Because we have 6 of Cups right there. I think that the big result on the energy of Saturn leaving your 8th house that seems to be a big impact this month is that you're going to be stronger in your energy. You're going to be more structure in your energy, and that you're going to be able to take charge, knowing that you're not acting from a place of trauma, acting from a place of trigger, but in a place where you are fully ready to understand your choices and honor them.
I love that. I can check a lot of boxes that you just named. So I feel like I'm on the right path. And hopefully you do too. So let us know in the comments if that resonates, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, our next one, Virgo. So for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So, okay, let's start with Uranus is being very much activated throughout the month of May. And for you, Virgo, Uranus is in your 9th house of traveling, of beliefs, of spirituality. So it's going to really have this let's say change energy. Maybe you're going to view the world in a complete different way, because the sun is going to meet with Uranus on May 17, and then we have the full moon and the new moon both activating Uranus. So also there could be pleasant surprises for you, Virgo. So maybe some surprise trips in the 9th house, or also surprises coming from a foreigner, or surprises coming from another country. So maybe new information coming in and you're like, whoa, I didn't plan this, and it kind of changes the game a little bit. Also, you could see like the expansion of a work project. With Uranus, it could deal with social media, it could deal with online projects, and maybe reaching a different segment of, if you do have an audience of you, or you work with fans of clients. So something is expanding in an unexpected way, Uranus. And it comes with a surprise, and maybe you're reaching like a whole new segment that you didn't even know existed. So it has kind of this kind of expansion, but also surprise of what's going to happen, because it's Uranus, we never know. And there could also be blessings and rewards from a work project coming in. And 9th house is the house of blessings, and Uranus deals with community, audience, fans, followers. So there could be more attention from your follower, your audience, and something getting like the visibility that it's what's the word I'm looking for? That it mérite.
You deserve.
Thank you. That it deserves. Wow. Okay, my brain is working in a very Uranian way. All right. So also we could see, Virgo, changes in your beliefs, and you're going to be tasked to allow space for a deep transformation to take place. So this is starting with your 9th house, so which is the house of belief. What do you believe in? What beliefs are shaping your life? And with Uranus being triggered there, it's probably going to be coming as a download at some point during the month of May. And you're going to be like, oh, this belief has like led my entire career or life, and now I'm ready to change that, because Saturn is just about to enter your 8th house. So we're going to talk about that on May 24th. So at the end of May, Saturn enters Aries. So for you, it's going to activate your 8th house for the next 3 years. So that's a big deal. And although you might be skeptical or negative towards like the effect of Saturn, there's good and there's bad, like in every house. I'm currently getting out of that, so I can talk a lot about that. So first of all, there could be a return of karma in the form of money being owed to you. So we start with the positive here, because Saturn is about karma. The 8th house is about, let's say, unbalanced give and receive, and especially receive, and when it comes to money and resources. So you could be reaping the rewards of past karma that you've put in. Like maybe you've been really generous in the past, and now it's time for the balance to be changed, and now it's coming back to you. So reaping the rewards of your past hard work also, especially with relationships, because you've had Saturn in the 7th house, doing a lot of work with relationship, partnership, equal give and take with partners. having committed partners, working on your relationship dynamics. And now you're ready to step up to the next phase of your personal evolution, which is all about this equal give and take and to trust another. And everything that is standing in the way of really merging with one another or trusting another is going to be worked on during this transit, right? So first of all, the first thing that I see big for Virgos is allowing space for others to help you, for people to help you, for you to receive. And anything, any kind of outdated beliefs that is in the way of that, of for you to receive, is getting out, right, during this transit. So the 8th house is about transformation. It's about therapy. So if you, a lot of Virgos, I feel, are going to enter some kind of healing modality or even therapy. And you're going to be creating new structures moving forward where other people and resources and other people's resources as well are going to help you to grow. So there's a deep transformation and healing phase that you're starting with Saturn moving into your 8th house. And Saturn asks you, are you ready to commit to yourself, to your healing journey, to your self-growth? And Saturn does it by being disciplined in something, really committing. Like, for instance, like I started a therapy, like I'm going every week. I commit to my own healing. So this is also what's going to happen for you, Virgos. And also, since Saturn is about the father figure, there could be a healing of the relationship with the father figure, with the divine masculine that is being worked through. And because Saturn is in a fall position, we're all going to face like some inner conflict of some kind. And for you, Virgos, it's going to be between giving energy and receiving energy. So you're going to have to work really hard in order to find a healthy balance between giving and receiving. And that's going to be very pivotal about the next phase of your life. Having healthy boundaries. Yes, willing to be useful and to help, to be in service, which is the archetype of Virgo, but also allow space for receiving and being helped. So let's look at the cards for Virgos for the month of May.
Keeper of the Earth. Okay, so that's the card for Virgos for the month of May. Beautiful card. And it says, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So I really feel that we are being called to pierce the veil and ask our past life, our ancestors to come, and our guides to come and help us in this month. You are probably aware, but the guides cannot come and help us if we're not asking. Otherwise, they are playing with our free will. So you really have to start this practice of asking for what you want and what you need. And they're saying that it is your turn to be of service, Virgos, on this earth, but that you are supposed to receive, just like Julie said, amongst many other sources of receiving, help from above. So it is one of the shapes of receiving that you are working on in the month of May. It is opening up and asking for help from above. Let's see what the tarot, the Empress, and the Sun.
Wow.
And underneath the deck, we have the Judgment. So we have a lot of very beautiful major arcana that talks about how the mother and the father energy right there. For me, the Sun is, I know it's the Emperor, but for me, the Sun is the father energy. Just because it talks about here protection, it talks about providing, and it talks about how the universe is watching you from afar, and that you are going to always feel this connection with being safe with the universe guiding you. So for me, it's all about, it's a little bit more of the 5D, but this connection, this trust in that you are safe, that you are loved, that you are doing something major in your life, and letting go of the sense that you're maybe doom and gloom, or the sense that you're a victim of some kind of anything. In fact, a victim of anything, because things are happening for you and not against you. They are ultimately going to lead you to the best version of you, and that you are loved, you are being protected, and that you're going to be able to connect even more with your guides. And it's going to be your turn next. That's what the card is saying, is that you're going to be able to give your knowledge to the rest of the population once you have worked through this kind of imposter, I would say, a little bit. You're going to help the rest of the people here to open up and to know that they are loved by source and that they are important.
Wow, what a beautiful message. Let us know if that resonates. It certainly does for me. Thank you so much, Sophie. And do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. For Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So first, Libras, you're going to be experiencing lots of changes along with the other signs, but first going to be targeting your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, money. So there's a lot of, you're going to be experiencing the energy of Uranus being fully activating in the month of May in your 8th house. So unexpected changes in regards to your finances, especially your shared finances. So it could also be your taxes. It could also be your partner's money, your partner's resources, anything that you've invested in mutual funds, all of that stuff. So you could be expecting unexpected changes in those areas, because Uranus often brings like things from the left field that we did not anticipate. Also, your sense of security might be triggered because of that, because Uranus brings changes, as I said, in the 8th house, which is already not 100% under our control, because we're pooling our money with other people, or it's our partner's resources, but it's going to have an effect on your sense of security. So, but for everybody, because also Uranus is a planet of change. So you're going to have new strategies in regards to how do you want to manage that, your shared finances, that is. Also, your sense of security, as I said, yes, I said that, sense of security. Okay, so you are, Libras, preparing to let go of a lot of karmic debts in the month of May. So I think that's the most important thing, because you're going to be preparing the ground with the shifts that are going to be activated by Uranus in your 8th house throughout the month of May. You are going to prepare and create space for Saturn to move into your 7th house. So you're getting rid of all karmic debts, whatever you owed energy to or money to a lot of people. This is getting resolved during the month of May, and any kind of past, I want to say curses, but it's not the way I'm looking for. It's more like debts of energy, of karma. You're tying loose ends during the month of May, because you're going to really begin a huge phase that's going to impact you fully. So you're going to rebalance the whole balance of energy of giving and receiving. And the month of May is going to highlight a lot of those imbalances that you're currently facing, in order to prepare for the end of May, where Saturn is going to enter your 7th house. So any kind of imbalances, old karma that you've outgrown, is going to leave your life during May. And then on May 24th and onwards, Saturn will enter your 7th house in the sign of Aries for the next 3 years. So Libra, this is going to be big, especially for you, because the 7th house is your house, traditionally speaking. So you're going to feel this Saturn very much, and not, I think, more positively than other signs, honestly, because Saturn is exalted in your sign in the 7th house. So if you really learn how to play with this energy, I feel like it's going to be to your highest advantage. So you could see legal affairs starting or moving forward. There's this idea of a return of karma in regards to partnerships and relationships that is being rebalanced with Saturn, bringing some justice, being some long awaited balance, right? And also, although Saturn moving into your seventh house, if you are, let's say, single, can bring a committed partner, or if you are at the beginning stages of relationship, could bring more commitment to that relationship, because it's the planet that brings like contracts and agreements in order to solidify a partnership. It's kind of a make or break energy in the seventh house. So the right people that are going to be there for the long term, that are supporting your life mission, supporting your sense of purpose, are going to stay throughout this transit in your life. But the ones that you've outgrown, that were linked to past karma, are going to leave your life during this transit. So it's really about discerning and about committing to the right relationships. So this is going to be a major theme for you starting in May and for the next 3 years. I just had that, so I have lots of examples for you, but it's really about also allowing the right people to support you in your sense of purpose. So Saturn is all about making things official, signing official papers. So you can also be signing official papers during the month of May. Also, it's going to bring tests of commitment and dedication for you. So the universe is going to test you also by bringing different people or different, let's say, choices of partners, business, romance into your life, to make sure that you choose the right people and to commit to the right people and the right partnerships. And the seventh house can also be clients if you do work with clients. So if you do work with clients, it can temporarily diminish the amount of clients you're working with, because you're going to be looking for more quality and the people that are truly aligned with the work you're doing. So in the end, it's going to be beneficial. But at the start of this transit, sometime it can bring more of a simplification. Also, for everybody, we're going to experience some kind of inner conflict with Saturn, because it's in a fall position in a sign of Aries. And for you Libras, it's going to be about your own needs and about the others' needs. So we know that it's a very defining polarity in your life, Libras, because you're always naturally inclined towards adapting yourself to others in order to make relationships work, in order to mediate, to find common ground. And that's going to be very, very strong and activated in your life, especially with Saturn moving into your seventh house. But also, you will need to not forget about your own needs and your sense of purpose and your own life direction. So the universe is going to test you in that. So do remember that you need to find a healthy balance between both. Don't put all of your eggs in the same basket. Don't put all of your energy into other people, into one partner, for example. And do make sure to leave some of that energy for yourself. And it's all about making the right relationship and partnership work without putting off your own needs. So let's look at the cards for Libra for the month of May.
I feel like what you're saying is super interesting, because it's, for me, that sounds like in the partnership we have to rediscover who we are in our own world, our own activities outside of the relationship.
Yep.
And to let shine our authenticity and honor the other space also.
Right. And we know, like, for example, if you fall in love, like the first thing you're going to want to do is like put like all of your energy into this person. It's easy to forget about yourself and your hobbies, and you had a life before. So it's all about finding this healthy balance.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we have for the month of May. We have the energy of play. And it says, have fun, celebrate, don't be serious. Interesting. So with this Saturn change, Saturn is not about don't be serious in general. But
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. But I guess there's a hidden message here, or a signification.
Absolutely. So we have the High Priestess and the Seven of Pentacles that is showing up. So I think it's really about rediscovering. Underneath that we have the Knight of Cup, rediscovering what is making you be happy, like we said, and having a little bit more of a mystery. The High Priestess for me is also sometimes about silence. It's also about your little own world. I have the word in French, jardin secret.
Secret garden.
Secret garden. It's the same.
Yeah.
Okay, secret garden. Super simple. Okay, so it's having your own secret garden. It's to cultivate a little bit more of the mystery, not to hide, not to not be transparent with people, just to have this bubble that is yours, where you're going to be able to recharge, where you're going to be able to explore, be wrong, make mistakes in that, try things without the commitment there. I'm not saying that to cheat, I'm saying activities, workshop, things like that. But I think there is this space, or traveling alone. I think there is this space where you need to bring back the joy into your life, and in a new way that makes sense for you, not for the compromise of your family, your children, your parents, your coworkers, but in a sense of really for you. So in that month, and the secret, the High Priestess could be also because maybe you're not confident that you have the right to in the beginning. So if it's a new thing for you to really set time aside just for you, this could be something that you want to hide a little bit, but you have the right to absolutely have your own time, and to put your phone off, which would be, for me, would be the Seven of Pentacles and the High Priestess also. So to close your phone, make sure nobody can reach you for a day or something, and to take a habit of really checking in with you. So in the month of May, it's about recharging your own battery. It's about making sure that you are reconnecting with your inner joy. And I think it's going to be absolutely a major month for you. So I'm happy to see this.
Wow, big transformation energy for you, Libra. Let us know if that resonates, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to talk about Scorpio. So this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. First of all, Scorpio, really important energy because Uranus is going to be very, very much emphasized this month. We're going to have a Sun-Uranus conjunction on May 17 in your 7th house, on your house of relationship and partnerships. And then we're going to have a full moon in Scorpio, and we're going to have another new moon, all activating Uranus, the planet of change. So you can expect unexpected changes in regards to your relationships and partnerships, a change of energy in the way that you relate to another, to also to your collaboration, partnerships. So there is a change of energy there. Also, there could be new projects with collaborators, partnership, and Uranus is a planet of social media, of new technology. So maybe new online project, new online collaboration. But definitely this Uranus planet is going to be really triggered, and Uranus is going to push you towards trying new things, making changes there, aligning with the people that really support your sense of purpose, your direction. Also, it could bring some challenge energy to the status quo, especially regarding past agreements with partners. So it's kind of shaking the ground in what kind of security you felt like you had with other people, with your relationship, partnerships. And you're going to want to infuse some change, okay? Also, you could receive surprises from other people, surprise information, surprise revelations. And there could also be separation or falling apart of certain relationships, because Uranus can be the planet of separation, especially in the 7th house. But just keep in mind that you are, during the month of May, Scorpio, preparing the ground for a new commitment to yourself and to your sense of purpose, because it's going to prepare the ground for Saturn moving into your 6th house for the next 3 years. Lucky you or unlucky you, I don't know. No, I'm just joking, because the 6th house has a very Virgo energy. So you're going to be asked by the universe as of May 24th for the next 3 years to commit to yourself in the sense of your own health, your own balance between your physical body, your mental body, and also your work, your sense of purpose, what you are giving to the world, what are you in service to. So you're going to really need to commit to that. Remove distractions, really realign all of your chakras, all of your bodies, spirit, body, mind, all of that really needs to be aligned. So the month of May is preparing the ground. It's going to change up like the people that are surrounding you in order to make the really right choices to surround you with the frequency that you need for that use change that is coming to come at the end of May. Saturn entering your sixth house. So let's dive into it. So Scorpios, you're going to need to have a more structured daily routine, which is the sixth house. And Saturn being there, you can have really good consequences of that, really good effects, or really bad ones if you don't work with the energies of Saturn. So listen carefully to that video, and I'm sure you're going to have a much better time. So you're going to need to have a structured daily routine. You're going to have to put some structures in your health, in your life. Make sure you commit. Saturn loves commitment to your health. And when I talk about health, to me, it's more like a holistic concept of health. It's like being embodied, feeling good, feeling aligned, feeling like you're taking care of your physical vessel in order to embody your life mission even more, right? So with Saturn in the sixth house, you can be sure that you're going to be working harder in the next 3 years, having more work responsibilities, more chores, maybe at home also. And you're going to have to deal with the day-to-day responsibilities and not put off or postpone things. So you're going to be really needing to face reality, face those responsibilities. So find like a way to create this container for it to be something like you do a little bit of every day, not feeling like you're having to climb a really huge mountain at the end of the month. So if, let's say, you have a responsibility towards like your finances or anything, you do a little bit every day, and maybe your physical exercise is going to come into play, probably because we're talking about the sixth house. So you need to do a little bit of every day of the right things that are going to send you in the right direction for your long-term goals. And it's with this transit that you're going to create important structures for your future. So really think about what can you do on a daily basis that is going to get you there. Also, you will need to probably simplify your diet, remove some of like transformed products. Saturn likes like whole foods, let's say sweet potatoes, all of that stuff that are really nourishing, but are really simple. Also having a regular physical exercise routine. And we're all going to feel like some kind of inner conflict of some kind because Saturn is on the fall position in the sign of Aries. And for you Scorpios, it's going to be between your physical body and your mental body. So you're going to have to really balance both, not direct your energy too much into, let's say, your spirituality and meditation, for example, but you're going to have also to take care of your physical body with really practical, tangible stuff. Virgo, Virgo energy for the win. So let's look at the cards for Scorpios for the month of May.
Yes, let's see what we have. So the card is the Warrior Woman. Okay, and it says, have you answered your deepest calling? So all of this is to prepare you, body, mind, and soul, to answer what you came here to do. And I always use the swords for clarity, breakthrough, channeling. So I think that the fact that we have this visual on this card for you, Scorpios, it talks about how you're going to have a sense of why you're doing those transformations. You're going to have a sense on a logical reason, I would say, to really adjust your life and having a clarity on what works for you, what doesn't. or very early on you're going to learn it. And I think you're going to have a sharper mind with this, either more downloads or just learning more. Communication is going to be way quicker, way better. There is this deep transformation on how you are getting information, and you're getting information out also into the world. So from all kinds of sources. Let's see with the tarot cards as well. We have cards on the floor as usual. Let's see. What do we
They're
have?
excited. They're excited.
We have the Mother of Earth, the Queen of Pentacle. So this for me, it would be about the food, amongst many other things. It says basically to take care of yourself way more, because you're preparing to be of service, because you're preparing for your mission. But it talks about also food, like you said, Julie. This is my card for a lot more of fruit, vegetable, things that if you can grow them yourself, that's even better. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think you're detoxing. Honestly, I think you're detoxing big time with those two. Your clarity of body, your clarity of mind. I think you are just understanding even more the impact on your surrounding and your food and your action on a day-to-day basis on your quality of life in general. And this is going to transform in a way that you're going to commit to feeling good, and you're going to feel it so much.
I love that, Scorpio. So hopefully it resonates. Let us know in the comments down below, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And now we're going to talk about Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. First of all, Sagittarius, there's going to be lots of emphasis surrounding your 6th house of health, work during the month of May, because Uranus is there, and it's going to be really highlighted with the Sun-Uranus conjunction on May 17, but also we're going to have a full moon highlighting Uranus and a new moon also. So Uranus is all about change. So you can expect change in regards to your work, and sometimes unexpected changes. That is because Uranus is often things that are coming out from the left field. And surely there's going to be changes in your daily life, in your daily routine, and the practical things that you do every day. So it's going to shake up the ground, shake up the energy, and maybe you feel like you're in a routine and it's kind of becoming boring. And the month of May is here to say, hey, let's change things up and let's be open to change. And also you can welcome even more the energy of Uranus in your day-to-day work, with having maybe a new approach on social media, which is Uranus, on new technologies, maybe on your website. Maybe you're starting like an online offering of some kind, which is Uranus as well. Maybe you're starting a new online collaboration. So there's something along those lines that is bringing this Uranian energy into your work, into your daily life. And you're going to feel like you need also to change the energy in your health, in your health habits, and the frequencies that surround you. Let's say if we take an example like that, maybe you're watching horror movies and it's not the best for your frequencies. So you're going to really know that something, let's say a frequency that you're being exposed to, has to go during the month of May, or you have to maybe expose yourself to maybe higher frequencies. Maybe you're going to listen to new music, frequency music, that are going to inspire you instead of bringing you down. And whatever comes up Uranian, in this Uranian sphere during the month of May, is going to prepare the ground for you to get even more creative and more authentic, because Saturn is about to move into your 5th house for the next 3 years. And that's going to happen at the end of May, so May 24th. So Saturn moving into Aries is a big deal. It's probably like the biggest event of May. It is the biggest event of May. And for you Saggies, it's going to activate your 5th house for the next 3 years. So you're going to go through like a huge, let's say, work, because we're talking about Saturn, but also it's going to bring in some rewards at the end of the 3 years period. So Saturn is all about commitment. So you will need to commit to yourself, to your own authenticity, integrity, and to your creative expression. fifth house. And also, you're going to work hard to build something on your own that is aligned to your passions. And a lot of people could start business or start new business projects during the month of May or the following weeks and months, because Saturn is going to stay there for a while. So it's kind of building new structures that are going to help and bring new revenue. And for some, it could also be turning a hobby into a job, something that you enjoy doing for pleasure. And now you're creating structures around it in order for it to become your work. It can also be a new creative work that you're starting or a new independent work, because Saturn is also about becoming more self-sufficient and becoming your own boss is Saturn. So it could be the case for a lot of you. Also, you're going to be creating structures that allow you to express your true self and to become more independent financially. So the negative side, if we can say, is that maybe you're going to have a little bit less fun, less vacations, because you're going to be working harder and even turning those passions into work or into structured things. And you're going to have also, if you do have children, to have stricter boundaries with your children, because you're going to be taking more of the role of an authority figure. And everybody's going to have some kind of inner conflict because Saturn is moving into a fall position in the sign of Aries. And for you, Sagittarius is going to be about your authenticity, like following really what is true to you, and the need for outside approval. So you're going to feel both, and you're going to need to find a healthy balance between both. But also, your authenticity is going to be very, very pivotal for that. Let's look at the cards, shall we, for Sagittarius for the month of May.
Okay, let's see what is the card. Oh, okay, we have it. I don't know how to pronounce that. Imrama?
Imrama.
Okay, all right, Imrama. Do you know what it means?
It's a planet, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it? Anyways, it has to do with star seeds and stuff, so.
Perfect. It says, where are you being called to journey to? Okay, and let's see your cards. The Five of Pentacles and the Lovers. We have the Queen of Wands underneath the deck, but it is a reverse. So it's, I think for some of you, you're going to need to be inspired by getting out of your day-to-day, by some of you travel. Some of you are going to travel more with the mind than physically. But either way, I'm seeing that because you were talking about so much about creation and so much about their inner power being transformed into a creation. So what I'm seeing with the Queen of Wands reverse is that you really have to dig deep on something that is meaningful for you and transform it into this creativity. And maybe something outside of your day-to-day is going to inspire you to do it, or something is going to trigger this seed of creation. And with the card of the Lover, what is really interesting is that we have, I think that's Sagittarius, correct?
Yeah.
So
it's an arrow.
Yeah. So through traveling, I think this is we can see the travel with this, and we can see some of like I said, are going to travel more with the mind. But there is this escape, there is this exploring, there is this testing. So if you're watching this and you're saying, I really don't really want to, or I cannot travel, well, you're going to do it through either cooking new things or crafting or creating something that is going to make you discover new things. Could be music. There's a lot of potential on discovering new things that inspire you. And through this, you're going to, I feel like it's a strength card lesson here. You're going to take something from the past that is buried inside of you and transform it into a deep creation that is going to be important for you for the next chapter of your life, that you're going to birth and you're going to be extremely proud of. So don't stop being curious in the month of May. Don't stop exploring and trying new things. I really feel that especially if you're feeling tired, because the Queen of Wands is reversed. There is something buried that just wants to burst and just wants to be explored and talk. So really dive into curiosity, and you're going to see that something is going to emerge and you're really going to be proud of it.
Oh, I love that. Beautiful message for Sagittarius. Let us know if that resonates in the comments down below. And do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to move on to our next sign, Capricorn. So for Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so first of all, Uranus is going to be very, very emphasized, which is going to mean changes for all of us during the month of May. And for you, Capricorn is going to activate your 5th house of hobbies, creation, of your creative expression, your children, your childlike mind, if we can say. So there's going to be on May 17 a Sun-Uranus conjunction, and then we're going to have a full moon and a new moon, all activating Uranus in your 5th house. So you can for sure think of unexpected changes in regards to your creative projects, creative endeavors, your business project, which is also the 5th house, your children. So there's this kind of unexpected energy that comes your way that allows you to rethink things, to think outside the box, to adapt to sudden change in regards to those. And I feel like a lot of Capricorns are going to branch out from certain communities and social circles, and maybe even find things that feels closer to your own sense of authenticity, which is the 5th house also. Also, you can change your approach to social media, becoming more authentic, becoming more of yourself, not trying to fit in and do things like everybody else, but feeling more like your own, like having a more authentic signature. Because Uranus is the planet of social media, also deals with technologies, online projects, online offerings, online collaborations. So you're going to bring more authenticity to that. Also, you can have new insights because Uranus brings download in your 5th house, very creative downloads of new project, creative project, or business project that the universe wants you to start or explore at least. And then on May 24th, so at the very end of the month of May, Saturn is going to enter Aries for the next 3 years. And this is your planet Capricorn, so this is a big deal. And it's going to enter your 4th house, which is an angular house. So a very, very important transit. You're going to feel it certainly at the end of May, starting at the end of May, because it's going to be there for the next 3 years, as I said. But it's going to bring like a huge change of energy. And you're going to have to recommit your energy to this time what is going to feel very counter purpose for your Capricorns, to your personal life. Yes, because it's moving into your 4th house. So you're going to need to build new structures in your home, in your personal life, in your family, maybe in your place of living. So you're going to have to be more structures, more committed to there. And I know it's going to feel counter purpose because Capricorn is all about big ideals, super ambitious, professional life, the career, the social status. So, but the universe is like pushing you in order to bring as much or even more emphasis or energy into your personal life, because you're going to need this emotional fulfillment to pursue whatever you need to pursue. And it's going to, if you're very still like career driven, this emotional fulfillment is going to be the container or the base for you to pursue even more your life mission after. So you're going to need to feel more security, more material security at home within your family. So Saturn is going to help you build by slow increments, slow like day-to-day actions, this kind of security that you're going to build for yourself. Some might even become a leader in their family unit, or maybe more of the breadwinner. So you're going to take a new role within the family unit with that Saturn moving there. Maybe more of an authority role within the family, maybe more of a guide, a mentor, or as I said, like more of a provider. You're going to be dealing with past karma because the fourth house comes with a lot of what we've inherited from the past generations, our parents, and so forth. And you're going to be dealing with karmic patterns within the family unit in regards, especially to the father. So maybe you're going to discover that your professional choices were aligned with what your father wanted for you. So it's the time to really dive deep into that, to do some healing, to do some exploring. And you're going to be creating structures in your home and family that would allow you to flourish more professionally in the end. And we're all going to feel like some kind of inner conflict with Saturn with this transit because Aries is the fall position of Saturn. And for you, Capricorn, of course, it's going to be between your personal life and your professional life. So you're going to have to work harder to achieve a better balance, because if you have this transit, is because something is not so balanced. So you're going to need to recommit yourself to your emotional fulfillment, your foundation in life, which is your personal life, your family life, your home life. So let's look at the cards, Sophie, for Capricorn.
Okay, so we have the card of the Mirror, and it talks about who or what is triggering you. So it's really about taking a close look at your life, at yourself, at what are you in reaction to, or who or what, like it says. So I think that this is going to bring a lot of changes where there was hidden emotions, stuck patterns, anything that needs to go and is ready to go. So let's take 2 cards of tarot as well with this. The Magician and the Moon. Okay, wow. So 2 major arcana. So what I'm seeing with this is that it's going to be easy to learn new skills to deal with those emotions. I think that you're very proactive in general. I'm saying, I don't know if this is a Capricorn or just the group that I'm talking to, but I feel that it's very proactive. Is it the sign?
Yeah,
or
yeah, Capricorn is very industrious, very hardworking.
Okay. So I'm feeling that you're very proactive, and that normally when there is something that is calling your attention, you are doing it. So now it's going to be, yes, your emotions that are calling you to deal with it. It could be family life, like Julie said. It could be the mother. It could be the trigger from your childhood that are resurfacing. But what I'm seeing is that you are more than willing to learn new tools to deal with it, and more than willing to be super proactive in this. I think that you have tons of resources. I think that even if it's your own children and not you, let's say, or you have the same trigger seeing your child going through it, or your parents, or there's something with family that you're going to be mirroring. Also, you're going to be able to, either if it's for yourself, find the tools for yourself, or if it's for somebody else around you, you're going to be able to show them how, help them, and really step up there. So the worst that you can do with those cards is to not let your emotions show you the way, because it is resurfacing to be dealt with. So in this society, unfortunately, we tend to push away the symptoms, and that led us to not heal properly anything. So I want to really say that your emotions are there, and they're not just something that needs to be pushed away, but they are something that needs to be investigated and to be removed from the root cause. And you're really equipped to do it, so don't doubt it. That's pretty much what I have.
Wow, what a profound message for beautiful Capricorns. Let us know if that resonates in the comments down below, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And now let's talk about Aquarius. So for Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising, well, Aquarius, it's going to be a big month because your planet Uranus is going to be highly activated. So it's going to bring lots of changes for all of us. And for you, it's going to be even more significant because it's your planet. And Uranus for you is in your 4th house. So everything about the 4th house will be very much under some kind of the energy of unexpected changes as well. So there's going to be a Sun-Uranus conjunction on May 17, and then also we're going to have a full moon and a new moon, both highlighting Uranus, your planet. So your planet is going to nudge you to break out of old familiar patterns, because the fourth house is where, what do we do that feels familiar? That maybe you were doing with your parents, that you've inherited from your family, your parents, and you keep doing it because it holds like a sense of security to you. Maybe a routine, a family routine, a home. And now Uranus is like, let's do something different and let's break out of those old familiar patterns, because it's going to give you room to grow. So there could be changes in your family unit, in your home, in your family routine, everything that's connected to home, family, values, things that you've inherited from your family. Expect changes. So something along those lines will come up for you to reevaluate. And you could be also guided to let go of some old traditions or habits that you've inherited. And now it's time to really shift the energy around. And you're probably also going to discover some deep-rooted beliefs that kept you stuck, and maybe also inherited from your family. Also is the fourth house. So maybe like you're going to realize during the month of May, like how much it shaped you, like what your parents thought, for example, of, let's say, your professional life or how you were. So those things that were dictated by your heritage. And now it's time to step out of that and really step into how unique you are and how you're willing to do things differently, shift the energy. So it's going to be a lot about that, shifting the status quo, the stance of what's familiar. And at the end of May, it's going to be a big shift, because your other planet, Saturn, your traditional ruler, is going to enter a brand new sign for the next 3 years. And it's going to activate your third house. So I feel like it's going to be quite beneficial for you, because it's an air house, like you are an air sign. So it's going to be very stimulating mentally for you. But also, Saturn is going to ask you to commit to your learning journey, to commit to something. And with the energy of the third house, sometimes it's easy to want to disperse ourselves, and we're like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I want to read 10 books at the same time. And I want to take all of those classes. Saturn is here to tell you, well, you need to choose. You need to choose, streamline your energy into something, to commit to one thing at a time, simplifying. So it's also an energy of, yes, discovery, learning new things, learning new skills, communicating in a different way, but also by committing to what's really true to you, because it's also your planet. Also, so you might be guided to take new courses, workshops, even working with a coach, a mentor would be really highly beneficial, because Saturn is this figure that will help you into making the right choices for you. And the big thing for you, Aquarians, you're going to be asked to simplify, especially your distractions and the chatter around you, to really simplify, focus. This Saturn is like the energy of focusing your energy into really what matters. What do you like? If you think about the next 3 years, think about what kind of skills, what kind of learning experience do you want to have that are going to bring you closer to what you really want to achieve long term. Saturn is long term. So think about that and make the right choices, especially when it comes to end of May and the coming weeks and months. So becoming less scattered in your energy, being more focused to a long-term goal. So try to really practice yourself with being more present in the moment. Let's say if you're watching a movie, do not be on your phone at the same time. If you're having a conversation, do not do other things at the same time. Try to really practice step by step by being more present, more focused in your energy. And it's really going to bring like the best sides of Saturn there. At the end of the 3 years period, I feel like a lot of you are going to become masters of communication, of your specific arts. It could be writing, speaking, teacher, student. You're going to be becoming a master, graduating from that if you put in the hard work that Saturn asks of you. And it's going to be a very busy time, generally speaking, a very busy 3 year. And I feel like you're going to wear many hats. So just make sure that you have control over the many facets of your life, of your work, not be too dispersed. And we're all going to feel some kind of inner conflict with Saturn because it's in a fall position in the sign of Aries. And for you, Aquarius, is going to be between your beliefs and the things you've mastered and the new things coming in and becoming a student again. So you're going to be asked to be both like a mentor, a teacher, and a new student. So you're going to have to mix the energies between newness and let's say what is more anchored in your field. So let's look at the cards, shall we?
So basically to always keep learning and expanding what you're teaching.
Yeah, but also not being too distracted.
Yeah. Let's see what we have for you in the month of May. So your card is Align Your Life. Yeah, and it's just scattered, right? It's just this I think that you're trying to fit all of your pieces of yourself, and you're trying to fit, okay, I like this, I could be good at this, or I could do that. But I think you're going to find something that you're going to resonate with. I would say 90% of all of your interests could be really resonating with this thing. And this is either your mission, or a community, or it could be also a job. Underneath Align Your Life, it says, what is not aligned or need to change? So I think this is really about the distractions to remove, to release, and to accept it. Sometimes it's really hard because we judge ourselves whenever we have this kind of a Gemini energy. We judge ourselves that we jump from one thing to another. And I understand with this Saturn is going to be tougher, right? That's what you were saying. So I understand that this is something that it's tough to deal with, but in the same time, you're going to have to make peace with, I need to find what is my path and then commit to it and let go of the rest that is not aligned for you. We have the High Priestess. And we have the Hierophant.
Oh, the couple.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. For me, the Hierophant, it says the Pape because it's in French. The Hierophant, for me, this is finding your place in the world. And finding your community, finding your tribe, finding your job, finding your place of living, your partner, whatever is fitting for you. But I think it's more likely that you're going to find what is it that you're meant to be doing in this life, the big purpose, because we have the High Priestess next to it. So you're going to be made aware of a secret knowledge about your soul, about your mission, about who you are, where your soul is at in its evolution, and what to do to bring it to the next level. Because of the High Priestess, it's either that you're going to dive, for some of you, more into secret knowledge, the occult, a connection with source, or it could also be that you're going to start something completely new, because the High Priestess sometimes means initiation, right? So it could be that you're starting something completely new, but in the sense that it's the female energy, it means that you need to welcome information. You cannot be in this space of ego. You cannot be in this resistance to receive. You need to be welcoming of it. So you are entering in the right vibration into this new mission. And we can see with this card that for some of you, this could be very difficult to learn something new, because it affects your trigger of not being right or being an imposter. And it's really asking you to trust in the divine, okay? It really asks you to let yourself be guided. Let yourself be a student. Let yourself not know the answer first, so you can become the advisor, the specialist that is the Hierophant. Ultimately, you're going to heal that wound, and it starts in May. So I'm really excited for all of you.
Wow, I feel like this is so profound, Aquarians, and I forgot to say, which truly aligns with everything that you said, Sophie, is that also some could have like a change of work, Saturn, and starting fresh with like having to learn everything as a student, as a beginner, which is the third house. So, and I feel like it aligns so much with what you said. So, get rid of the ego and get into it. We love you so much, Aquarians. Let us know if that resonates in the comments, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to finish with our beautiful Pisces. So for Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. So first of all, Uranus, the planet of change, of unexpected information, events, is going to be highly activated throughout the whole month of May. And for you, Pisces, it's going to activate your third house of communication. So expect unexpected information or communications coming your way, maybe even conversations that change a lot of what you think was possible or not. Also, you can expect unexpected changes in your projects, which is also the third house, the social media, your communications. So there's a lot of energy moving there within the news that you're going to be receiving, maybe letters or text messages in a more modern era like today, conversations, news. So you're going to learn about things and you're like, oh, it shifts the whole thing. And now I have to adapt. So it can be very positive, but also it can be a little bit of unsettling depending on how it affects your chart, of course. You can also have surprise conversation, receiving surprising information. And it's probably going to suddenly affect or change your perspective about something. For a lot of Pisces, I feel like you're going to need to learn something new, a new skill, adapting to unexpected development. What Uranus being triggered in your house of learning or of learning experiences. So the universe is going to be like, hey, you're going to have like a sudden download of either something you should start learning, or new information that comes to light that you didn't expect, that changed the whole perspective. So it's a very busy energy. There's lots of shadow there. Also, with Uranus in the third house, you can for sure expect downloads. So really open space for that. And also you can ask your guides for guidance, and you're going to receive it. And Uranus is a quick information downloads coming to you. So synchronicities, downloads, you can expect that for sure. And then this is going to kind of shape the other transit that we're going to talk about, which is going to be very, very pivotal. So at the end of May 24th, Saturn is entering Aries, and is for you, Pisces, is going to activate your second house for the next 3 years. So my little Pisces, well, first of all, it's going to be a challenging energy for you because second house is about material security. It's about the tangible material stuff. And usually Pisces don't really care so much about that. If you, let's say, have more Pisces than other earth energy in your chart, you're usually more like floating and you're like, yeah, universe will take care of that for me. Like, I don't really need to focus on it. And of course, like, I'm talking about solely the Pisces energy. And if you have other, let's say, energies in your chart, it will change. But now the universe is like, okay, now you really need to commit to a new management of your resources based on what you value. Okay. So this is going to be the next 3 years for you. This is going to be your big lesson by the universe. And Saturn asks of you that you work towards this goal of managing your resources, your material security, with like constant effort, constant work, constant commitment, that you show the universe that you're really committed. And Saturn likes to work with like long-term goals that you'd like to manifest in your life. So let's say, for example, you want to buy a house someday. So basically, in the second house is about big investment, commitment of energy, time, money. So Saturn wants to make sure that every day you're going to be doing steps in the direction, little steps, but in the direction to your long-term goal. So maybe you're gonna, for example, repay $1 of your debt every day. I'm saying like random stuff. So you just you understand that's like daily little increments in the direction of your long-term goals. So for a time, and Saturn likes to kind of repress a little bit, simplify. So I feel like most Pisces are going to need to be a little bit more frugal with their money, more conscientious. Is that a word? With their money, to budget more, to simplify. So you're going to have to spend less, be more conscious about your spendings, have more control over your money. So Saturn wants discipline, wants control, wants structure in your resources. So the second house is all about your material security. It's about how you invest your time, your money, your energy. So Saturn is going to ask of you to become more disciplined and structures when it comes to your money, but also when it comes to your time, your energy management. So for example, let's say you want to become a Reiki master. So Saturn is going to be like, why do you invest so much time doing XYZ when you're not investing it in steps that could lead you into your Reiki mastery, for example? So it's also about your energy, your attention. What's the sentence or the expression, like energy is your biggest currency, something like that. So wherever you focus your attention is going to become very valuable. So it's probably like the big learning experience that you're going to have throughout the next 3 years. And if you work in the direction of Saturn at the end of the 3 years or towards more of the end of the transit, you're going to bring in the rewards, and it's going to be material security, more money. So you're going to work towards becoming more financially independent with the second house. Also developing more healthier boundaries around the concept of giving to others. And in Pisces, I'm here to tell you that you cannot be generous if you're not first looking out for your own material needs. So this is also one of the biggest lessons here. So take care of your own needs, and then yes, you can be generous with the rest of the people, but it's about having this healthy balance. And also Saturn, and you're not going to like this, but you're going to have to become more up to date with your financial stuff. Maybe with, let's say, filing your taxes and looking at your debts if you have some, maybe signing official papers, working with people in finances, playing by the rules. Because Saturn likes to play by the rules, and if you don't, it's like there's always this idea of like punishment by Saturn, and you don't want that. So try to play by the rules and become more structured if you can. And because Saturn is going to fall in a weak position in the sign of Aries, there is this inner conflict that we're all going to feel. And for you Pisces, it's going to be between what is yours and what is theirs, like between your give and receive balance of energy. So you're going to need to work really hard to achieve this, to set more of your financial security during the next 3 years. And you're going to have to work hard at this because it's going to set you for the next years ahead. So can we look at the cards for Pisces for May?
Let's see what we have. So your card is the Pleiades.
Wow.
And it says double mission and channeling and uplifting humanity. So I feel that this investment of the money and the generosity and the boundaries is also because your mission is very important and you're doing such a big job for humanity that you have to make sure that you honor yourself. Otherwise, you cannot teach to others to honor themselves. And your vibration is not going to be the same if you're not being repaid for what you do. So by yourself and by others.
Well said.
We have the Knight of Cup. So you're always of service from the heart. And it says that this is where you start. Your energies start from your heart chakra. And entering your room, people can sense your heart chakra big time. And we have the Queen of Cup. So, and the Page of Cup. Oh my God, there's so much water here. So in this month, I feel like you are going to have to learn to go with, where do you feel that there is things that needs to be tweaked? Where do you feel that there is things that are not going naturally? You're going to sense resistance in some of the places in your life. So maybe in interaction, maybe in your project, maybe in your physical energy, maybe in your channeling. There is going to be resistance in some places, because with this water energy, we need to see where there's the resistance and where we have the natural flow. So where there is going to be resistance, your attention needs to go there, because where there is resistance, it means that you're slowing down your mission if there is resistance. So pay attention to what is slowing down and what is resisting. It could be you're waiting for this project, but it's not fully accessible, or you're waiting for communication, or you're feeling really down, or whatever it is. Look at what is blocking and really try to see, how can you unblock this? Maybe it's from your inner patterns, maybe it's from your manifestation, maybe it's from your own feelings. There is this unblocking that needs to happen so energy can flow, and that you are going to be in your mission even more. So it's not the month to just let everything just go and naturally and just follow the path. It's the month to really see, okay, where do we need to tweak things? Where do we have slowdowns and blockages, and really adjust it? People know that you are a good person, so stop stressing about what you are showing up to the world, or when you're interacting with people, being a little bit more of strict or putting boundaries. People know that you have a good heart, so you never have to really stress about this. But it's about respecting yourself, and it's about dealing with where you're being slowed down because of external things. So I hope that makes sense.
It does make sense. Thank you so much. That's a profound message for our beautiful Pisces. Let us know down below in the comments if that resonates, and if you like this format. And also do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Have a beautiful month of May. All our love. Bye-bye.